What's up, everybody? YuGiOh 101. Um, Azario here to bring, here to do a video on the search engine for the Dueling Network website. There was a lot of people on Dueling Network, and just on the internet in general who have heard about Dueling Network, but they feel like the search engine on there is like too confusing for them. So this video is just to help them, like just learn like what the search engine does and how they can use it. Because I know like just being on Dueling Network, like it's a lot of dueling elitists that feel like like they don't have to help nobody out, but then they got the nerve to want to tell like all the new people, hey, you need to go learn the game. Well, they asked you about it. You're supposed to be some type of pro. You're supposed to be able to tell them it, out of anybody how to work this thing. The fact is, like, they're trying to hold on. I have a PM. And yeah, now that I got that out the way. But yeah, these guys, they act like dicktards, and like they walk around like they got a broomstick up their ass. Like they'll sit there and they will heckle some new guy for trying to learn the game, but they won't teach them how to play the game, or at least try to how to use the search engine. When they ask, just because it's simple to you doesn't mean it's simple to somebody else. This is new to them. They're going to act like a new person to it. Like they're going to react to it like a new person. They don't know how to use it. So hopefully this video can help you use the search engine on Dueling Network, like just that much more. And that way it can be easier for you. So this video is for the beginners, just to help them out with the search engine on Dueling Network. So without further ado, let's start. When you first come to the search engine, like you're going to see like one drop box. Like what you're going to see is like one drop box right here that you can actually click on. But like you will see like just like several drop boxes. So for the sake of this video, like we're going to click on a type of card that we're looking for. And for the sake of the video, like we're going to click on monster. Because this is going to open up every other, drop box in here. And everything just, like opens up from there. Now, if all we're doing is just looking for monsters in the game, then what we would do is that we will click on, like the type of card we were looking for, which are monsters, and then we hit search. And all 180 pages of monsters, of all the monster cards in the game will come up. And like it pretty much starts from here. Now I know like 180 pages seems like a bit much, but here's the cool thing about this search engine. Like it's very advanced, and you can narrow it down to from like just basically using anything from the monsters level to the attack and defense of the monster and things such as that. So let's say if it was certain kind of monster card you was looking for, so let's say we're looking for monsters, but we don't want to, but we only want to look at the normal monster cards, so we will go to this box next to the type of card that we're looking for, and we will click on normal, and then we'll hit search, and now all 33 pages of normal monsters will come up in the results. Now let's say we're looking for monsters with effects. What we'll do is we'll go to that box next to the type of card that we're looking in, and like we will click effect, and we would hit search, and now 124 pages of effect monsters will come up. Now let's say if you're looking for these cards or these monsters based on a certain attribute, or something like that. So like we can go to where it says attribute right here, and we can click on like any attribute available. So for the sake of the video, like let's just click dark and hit search, and now 33 pages of dark effect monsters will come up. So let's say if it was a certain type of dark monster with an effect we're looking for, so let's pick dragon. 2 pages of dark dragon type monsters with effects will come up. Like I said, like this is completely customizable. You can do it however you want. Like just a quick deal, things like that. So we're gonna click on these little blank spots that are at the very top of each drop box, so we can like get rid of those results that we had, so I can continue to help you guys out. Also, like next to the type drop box, they have this other drop box that has all these sub effects type monsters that can filter out, all the monsters based on that sub effect. You have the Geminis, the Spirits, the Toons, the Tuners, and the Union. So for this demonstration, like we're gonna look up tuner monsters, all the tuner monsters, and all, as you can see, you click on tuner, hit search, and all 11 pages of tuner monsters will come up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're looking for a tuner monster of a certain attribute, say like fire, all 2 pages of all the fire attribute tuner monsters will come up. Let's say if you're looking for fire tuner monsters that are normal, and there's your results. Like there's only one normal fire tuner monster in the game. So yeah, you're looking for it based on effect. Like you can really narrow down the search to whatever you want. Now, let's say if you wanted to be more precise with your search, and like you had the name of the card that you're looking for. So for this demonstration, like we're going to type in Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm. I don't know if you guys can see it that good. Heavy Storm. Oh, there you go. We're going to type in Heavy Storm. We're going to hit enter, or we're going to hit search or enter, either way. And as you can see, Heavy Storm came up in the search box. Now, it's important for you to know that when you type in the name of the card, it's important for you to put any type of commas or like hyphens, dashes, or any type of like little spaces or anything like that. Like you have to be aware of that, and because like that can ruin your search. So even though I typed in Heavy Storm, if I didn't like have this little space in between, as it's typed in the actual card, as you can see right there, like if I didn't have that space in between, then as you can see, like it won't come up in the search box right there. So it's important for you to know that when you're typing in the name of a card, you spell it exactly how they have it on that card. Like, and it's some cards that have like weird spelling, like "oh fish." Like I'm not exactly sure how they pronounce this, or like how they had it spelled on that actual card. Yeah, right here, "oh fish." Like you have to make sure that you get like little things like that. Like right here, you can see how they have like the little the exclamation point right there in the middle. So like I had to type that in order for it to come into the search, because if I would have typed in anything else, it wouldn't have came in. So, you know, like some cards have that weird type of spelling to where they might have like some little like type of punctuations in it. So you have to make sure you put those in. I mean, of course, like that last exclamation point, I didn't really have to do that because, you know, it's the last thing on there. So, like in the card name, so they just based it off what I had in there right there. So, as long as like the majority of it is spelled correctly, like you won't have to worry about little things like that. So, yeah. Also, let's say if you're looking for like a certain type of support, or like if you're basing your deck on a certain type of strategy, what you can do is that you can look up cards like with the description, and like you can type in a common phrase that, you know, all those cards should have. So let's say if you're looking for some support for the plant type of monsters, like what's the main word that all of those cards should have? You know, like the word is plant, right? So like just put that in the card description, and now all the monsters who have plant within their card description, you know, i.e. all the monsters that support plant types or that have some type of effect that involves plant type monsters, will come up. And let's say if you want to narrow this down to just like monsters that support plants or use the like plant types in certain ways, you know, like they will come up in the search. You can narrow it down to like the spell cards. You can see right there, like I clicked on spell, like in the card types, and all the spell cards that support plants. Or like you can just narrow it down to traps. You know, it all depends on what you're looking for, and like I said, it's completely customizable. You have to make sure that you have what it is that you're looking for typed in correctly, otherwise it won't come up in the search. And if you did type it in correctly and it still doesn't come up, maybe they haven't put it on the website yet. So yeah, like don't get discouraged. So let's say, for example, if you're not looking for some support cards, you know, like based on type, maybe you're looking for it like based on some card effects that can help you out. Say, for example, it's certain monsters that can't be destroyed by battle. Like you can actually type in the description, cannot be destroyed by battle. Now, as you can see, like I typed that in, but, you know, absolutely like nothing came up in the search results. Like I said, you have to be careful as to what you spell, because this search engine is very advanced and it filters out any type of, you know, like mistakes that you did, and that can actually hinder you from finding the cards that you're looking for. So make sure everything is spelled correctly, or like you have the actual card description typed in correctly. Like when you're looking for cards based like this, and now you see, you know, I spelled it correctly. So now every card that can't be destroyed by battle. So let's narrow this down to like monsters that can't be destroyed by battle. And as you can see, like they got a bunch of they got some fusion monsters coming up in the search. A synchro monster right there. So if we wanted to filter out all the synchro monsters and all the monsters that, you know, aren't, you know, like the regular monsters, all we do is we go here to that box next to, you know, like the type of card we were looking for, and we just click on effect, because like there are no normal monsters that can't be destroyed by battle, of course. So we click on effect, and all the effect monsters come in. They can't be destroyed as a result of battle, or they cannot be destroyed by battle. You know, like just as they have it in the card description. But yeah, all the cards with that similar text will come up if you typed it incorrectly. You know, let's say you're looking for monsters that have effects that can remove from play, you know, or banish, as they're calling it now. So we're just gonna type in remove from play. Mind you, like just banish and remove from play are the same things. It's just that when the game, you know, first started and they had cards like this, they called it remove from play. But now, you know, they are like calling it banish. Now, just keep this in mind, because it's a lot of cards from, you know, like back then that people still use today, but the card text has removed from play. You know, so like remove from play and banish are the exact same thing. Like they just changed the name of it in the card text. So now all the cards that have, you know, the remove from play wording in their card text will come up. You know, and also we can type in banish. Banish, you know, like the same thing will come up. You know, it's monsters with the very same effect, just a different card wording. That's all it is. So keep that in mind as well when you're searching based on the card description, that a lot of the older cards may have like a different card text, but it's like still the same effect, you know. So it's just that the older cards have the older text, and like the newer cards may have the newer text. So that's a fun little tip when you're searching based on description. So let's review. When you first come in the search, you click on whatever type of card you're looking for. You know, like when you're beginning, you know, so we're gonna click on like spell, you know, like for because we already done monster, so let's do something else different. And let's say spell cards that increase attack. Like they should have, you know, like just increase in their card wording. And all the cards that increase something will come up. Like if you're just looking for spell cards that have, you know, that support a certain type of monster, let's say aqua. You know, all the aqua type support cards will come up. You know, like you can narrow it down to traps, of course. You know, so this is completely customizable. With the monsters, like you can base it on like even just the level of the monsters. So let's say you were looking for monsters with levels that are no lower than 4. In this first box right here, you just type in 4. And the less than box, just type in 4, and now all monsters that are no lower than level 4 or rank 4 will show up. But let's say that's all you're looking for is level 4 monsters and rank 4 monsters. Like you type in 4 in both of the boxes, and now only monsters with level 4 will show up. You know, and like you can do this with any level. So hopefully this helps you out some with the search engine on Dueling Network, and you know, like you won't be as confused, you know, like when you get on here. And I hope this video helped you out some with all my mumbling and rambling and such. But until the next video, my name is Azariel. See you guys later see you guys next time. I'll say later, but yeah, next time for the next card review. Peace. Card review. The hell I'm saying? Anyway, see you guys for the next video. Yeah, take care.